put the focus on Borderlands and the Borderlands community. We are so incredibly pumped, y'all. More and more people get into the game. We've made incredible enhancements since it's come out. And this afternoon, Mad Ellie and the Vault of the Damned launches. And that launches in about 90 minutes. So we are incredibly excited, and we look forward to people getting their hands on that. Now, when we were developing the plan for the Borderlands rollout, we were thinking, what can we do that's new, fun, interesting, and different? And we had an idea. Some of you may be familiar with the artist Eric Thornburg. Eric just did the painting for Tyler Childers' new album. He is a world-renowned artist, and we approached him. He's a Borderlands fan, and he did an original painting of the Timekeeper. It's about 8 feet tall, and it looks great in our offices in Texas. And what we wanted to do was create prints of this painting and make it available to all of you and give back to the community. So we reached out to our good friends at StackUp. Now, some of you may be familiar with StackUp. It's an incredible organization that helps promote mental health and fight veteran suicide through the use of video games and geek culture. And I am incredibly honored and thankful that we're joined today by representatives from StackUp. Can you guys stand up? Let's give them a round of applause, y'all. Thank you so much for being here and the incredible work that y'all do. Thank you. Now, if you are interested in purchasing a print of this incredible painting, scan this QR code and you can go ahead and purchase one today, and it'll be delivered directly to you, and 100% of the profits will go directly to StackUp. It's an incredible partnership, and we're very pleased that we can do that and give back to the community. So, what we're going to be doing now is getting into some gameplay and seeing some trailers. Does anybody want to see the world premiere of a new trailer? Let's do that one more time. Does anybody want to see the world premiere of a new trailer? All right, we've got the world premiere of Mad Ellie and the Vault of the Damned. Let's roll it.
Be on guard, sugar.
I feel lucky! You can call me Cash. Ready to gamble with your life? Bad luck has good aim!
Your daughter, Ellie. She has found something.
This is your end. I'm gonna bury you deep. Yeah!
That looks amazing, you guys. What did you think? It looks so good, and I cannot wait for you guys to get your hands on it and play it. But first, let's go ahead and bring out two of my best friends from Gearbox who've got something incredible lined up for us. Please welcome to the stage Andrew Reiner, our Global Creative Executive Officer, and April Johnson, our Associate Director of Narrative. Let's give them a round of applause. Some of you may be aware of an incredible project that Reiner and April have got going on. You may have listened to or seen our new Gearbox Devcast. Anybody watching that? There. All right, we'll take it.
I'll take it.
We'll take it. Here's what we've got going on. Tell me what the Devcast is for those who aren't aware.
Yeah, so the Gearbox Devcast is an audio or video show, depending on how you want to consume it, where you hear directly from our Gearbox development team about all of our games. The first 3 episodes we've released have been about Borderlands 4. We also view the Devcast as a conduit of sorts between you, the players, and our developers.
Gearbox has always had a really unique relationship with the community, so anything that we can do to bring you closer to us and us closer to you is something that we're really passionate about. So one of the things we want to make sure that we let you know about the Devcast, it's not a one-off or a two-off or a three-off thing. It's something that we're committed to do through the lifetime of our game, so that way you get the most exclusive content directly from the devs, and hopefully we get to answer some of your questions as well.
So speaking of questions,
Yeah.
all right, we're going to do a live recording of a Devcast today, right now. And I hope that you all are going to be in it. I hope you're cool with that. Get rowdy, get excited. Is that fair?
It's fair.
Yeah.
All right. And you are going to have an opportunity to ask questions right now from our developers. So if you are interested or if you've got a burning question, scan this QR code. We've got people in the back who are looking at the questions that come in, and we'll go ahead and try to get it to as many questions as possible. If you are watching at home, the QR code also works for you, and we'll get those questions backstage. So why don't we do it? You guys want to do a Devcast?
Let's do it right now. You guys ready? Woo!
All right, this is not a bit, y'all. This is real. We're recording it, and it's going to go live next week. So let's do it. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Gearbox Devcast, everyone. This is our first ever live recording. I'm Andrew Reiner, one of the hosts of this show, and I'm also one of the heads of creative at Gearbox.
I'm April Johnson. I'm the Associate Director of Narrative here at Gearbox.
And we usually do these pre-recorded because April and I like to go off script. We might reveal some stuff we're not supposed to in the live environment, so we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. But for today, we are going to bring you a little bit of everything. Gameplay, we're going to do a little bit of what we want. And speaking of what I want, since Dan cannot stop me right now, I would love it if the cosplayers would start to come up. So if you guys want to move that way, you want to come up? Be on
Borderlands
stage? Hell yeah! All right, I want you to head this way, and they're going to get you up on stage with us. And
It's going to take a little bit of time.
A little bit of time. So while they're moseying to our friendly enforcers over here, we're going to bring up someone very, very dear to me, my creative partner, my writing partner, a guy who never stops playing guitar when I'm trying to write with him, Joel Watson. Yay.
What's up, Boston?
Woo!
Clap more for me than you did for everybody else. Yeah!
Hey, Joel, what do you do?
I'm a creative producer at Gearbox.
Oh, excellent. What are we here to talk about today?
We're here to talk about my favorite project that I've ever worked on at Gearbox. It's something that April and I have been developing for a long time now. Our first ever audio drama set in the Borderlands universe. It's called Borderlands: Dead Echoes.
So people are familiar with echo logs.
Should I stand over here since you're interviewing us both? I'll stand over
People
here.
are familiar with echo logs, but what exactly is a dead echo?
So it's kind of a play on the idea of the dead letter office. It's where your mail goes when you don't write your address right, or it gets washed off in the rain or something. Someone tries to figure out how to deliver it. We came up with the idea of a dead echo office. Where do the echoes that don't get left behind rocks go? And what if somebody listens to them and learns things they're not supposed to learn?
I feel like you can't exist in the Borderlands without some sort of side hustle. So grift. So one of the things that we wanted to do was bring a little bit more narrative into what you guys might be consuming. We've got a lot of things that we have cooking here at Gearbox, but we wanted to be like, what if we could just tell a story? And what if we were telling a story about people that maybe you wouldn't hear from in the Borderlands? But don't worry. We've definitely got some returning faces coming as well. Returning voices.
Well, first off, you're both writing Dead Echoes.
So
You're also two of the main actors in this.
We are.
That's true.
I play the guy, I play this
And that's me.
That's me.
I'm Junie.
She sounds like this.
So who are these characters now?
This is Junie and Watts. These are our main characters. Watts is our reluctant echo operator who is running this little side hustle, listening to people's secrets, selling them to the highest nefarious bidder.
And Junie is going to have a very deep connection with a certain weapons manufacturer in the Borderlands universe. We can't tell you who that is yet, but she definitely has a mysterious past and has a run-in with Watts, and they sort of team up to scam, do a little good, do a little bad.
It becomes kind of a Robin Hood thing.
Yeah.
In the Borderlands.
And the echo logs they're listening to are from familiar characters
Correct.
in some instances, and some new characters.
Look, we're going to hear Claptrap.
You know you're going to hear Claptrap.
There's no question about that. He's leaving voicemails for people. He's inviting people to parties that nobody wants to come to. He's rapping again. If anybody wants to hear a Claptrap rap. Who else we got?
Hammerlock and Wainwright will be returning.
My babies. For the first time ever, you'll get to experience their domestic bliss on Eden 6 through Dead Echoes, and it's my favorite thing.
Yeah. And you'll also be hearing from Ellie, not just in the Vault of the Damned, but you'll be hearing from Ellie, Tanis, and a few other people. Maybe Crazy Earl might show up in Dead Echoes.
Yep.
And where is Dead Echoes set in the Borderlands timeline?
It starts a little bit before Borderlands 4, and by the end of the 10 episodes, we'll be at the end of Borderlands 4, caught up with canon.
That's cool. And where can people get this?
This is going to be anywhere you can get podcasts. So Apple, Spotify, iHeart, probably YouTube as well.
Probably.
And when will the first episode release?
We're looking at spring 26, very, very soon. Unlike a video game, this can come out quick because you have to imagine all the guns and people. That saves a lot of time and money. And also, there is a preview of episode 1 available.
Now.
Yeah, it's right now. Right now on Spotify, and then probably by the end of the day, everywhere else.
Yep.
All right. Well, Joe, thank you so much. This is such an exciting project.
I got one more thing, Andy. If you come to the signing afterwards, I've got about 50 of these custom Borderlands Dead Echo pins. No one else gets these ever. Get in line early. If you want one, show me that you've subscribed on Spotify. I'll give you one.
Well,
Joel made them in his basement, so it's not creepy at all.
Join us afterwards, at the meet and greet. And thank you for joining us, Joel. The show is awesome. I can't wait for people to consume it.
Ooh,
all right. I see our cosplayers
I'm ready
already.
for my cosplayers to come on out. Ooh, let's see who we've got. Excellent. I love our cosplayers, and I personally feel like we have some of the best cosplay community, but maybe that's just me. But look at how amazing everyone looks.
Yeah, keep
coming. No, there's a Butcher Rose. I know where I'm going. Hello, hello. Yes. Ah. All right. So I'm going to, I have to know, the Butcher Rose. Amazing. So for you, what made you decide to do this particular cosplay?
Best villain in the franchise, by far.
I agree, man. It's such a babe, you know? Such a babe. Whoa, I think we've got you feel differently. Best villain in the franchise?
Well, yeah, except I have 5, maybe less minutes of screen time.
It's true.
I'm actually mostly just in the corner talking to the Vault Hunter.
But you look good when you're doing it, you know? All right, who do we got down there, Reiner?
We got a bunch of bandits. Will.
All right. Got a bandit, we got a Lilith.
Middle, right?
Ooh, Vex in the middle. All right. Hey.
Hey.
Why Lilith?
She's been there since the beginning. That's why I did Borderlands 1 Lilith.
Hey, you know, after this, if you'd
That's
like,
cool.
you're welcome to talk to Lilith. So if you just wanted to. I'm going to head up one more. Oh, hello. You have a Mr. Chew. Hold on. Oh, we love it. All right, where's Trouble?
I need to summon him.
Okay, excellent, I understand. All right, hey, everyone, let's give a round of applause for our amazing Borderlands cosplayers. Woo! And I'm gonna take you around this way, and off we go, my friends.
And if you're looking to get into cosplay yourself, on Borderlands.com, we have all sorts of cosplay guides for a lot of the characters in Borderlands 4, including all of the Vault Hunters.
Yeah, and not just all the Vault Hunters current, but any of our future Vault Hunters that may or may not be coming out this year. Am I right? Yeah?
That's right. There will also be Cash, our newest Vault Hunter. We'll have a cosplay guide at some point here.
And speaking of Cash,
we have some new footage for you.
We have
some gameplay.
What we're going to be seeing here is, if you may not have seen the Vault Hunter short for Cash, so in case you haven't, we want to make sure that you get an opportunity to see it. You guys want to check it out? Excellent. Let's get it played.
Yeah, Metal One designed it so you can just go right in the suit.
My only excretion is vengeance.
You know, we should know less about each other. Hey, big money. You good over there? What's your deal?
An appropriate question. My deal was to deal. I emptied the wallets of desperate gamblers who thought they stood a chance with Lady Luck. But there was no magic in the odds, only cold numbers. And then I received an invitation.
Welcome. we have a new player. As is custom, he chooses the game.
Surprise me.
The Deck of Canansi. Serving as both game and prize. To your satisfaction.
Let us play. There was magic in the art again. Cause and effect turned to set. No more rules. It was intoxicating.
Final bets, Mr. Cash?
I put down everything I had just to feel the thrill.
Your winnings, sir.
High roller, eh? Let's have the money then.
I am all out, friend. Try your luck.
All right.
Cash, am I right? Well. Looks like we have a new Vault Hunter on stage. Cash, is there anything you'd like to say to our community here at PAX?
Well, Mancubus said that they would be a good audience, but they are not loud enough for me. Do I need to use my cards, do you think? Oh no! My cards would be used for you to make sure you are loud. Are you sure you are ready for me out there? Oh, they got loud. Maybe you can make my day. But please, understand the most beautiful, the most talented, Stella Chu. And let me introduce myself to you. I am Cash. Many of you may know me though as John Eric Bentley.
Hello. Welcome, Stella. Welcome, John.
Thank you.
We got you.
There's Stella.
We're getting there. Excellent. Thank y'all so much for being on stage with us today. This is amazing, right?
Hold on.
I'm holding.
Do you not see this? Just step out, please, so they can actually see. Do you not see all of this glory?
This is all custom.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Come on, Stella. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Girl. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
All right. Stella, careful with those cards. I don't like how loosely you're holding them.
We don't know what happens when those cards hit the ground. So we've got a handful of these photos behind you, but Stella, this is incredible work. Tell us roughly how long did it take you and your team to work on this?
2 weeks, and my team is incredible.
Wow.
We were in my warehouse every day for like 12 hours working on this to get it done, and I'm so grateful for everyone who's on it.
What was the most challenging part to make? You're like all of it, April. Why would you ask?
Even the feathers are custom.
Literally.
Look at that.
I can't remember. It was a pipe. It was like a weird fever dream. Like at this point, we were just like gluing and drawing as fast as we possibly could.
The
whole thing was hard.
It's incredible, and thank you so much for being on stage with us today. I think for me, this is the first time I've ever got to see the voice actor and a cosplayer on stage together. So pretty memorable.
This is
I feel
cool.
so blessed.
This is fun.
You are Cash.
You're the one.
Yeah,
you are
you're so
Cash right now. It's so really good.
You are Cash, and you're the voice
Oh, that's
of
just
Cash.
cool. It's fun.
When did you do the recording for this?
Oh, we've been working for a long time.
Okay.
It's a lot of recording.
How many times do you think you were in the booth for this?
I couldn't tell you, but I'll never forget the one when we had to go in for one day and do back-to-back recordings with an hour break in between.
Oh,
and they're
boy.
4-hour sessions. So, but we needed to make sure we got that timeline so that we can present
for PAX East, for you all.
Yeah.
We wanted you to be able to have this experience, you know?
So whenever in narrative we're preparing to have a Vault Hunter come in and record, it's a really big deal. So when we start off with the actors, they get they have to start off with combat dialogue. And that is usually thousands of lines of dialogue. So we started you in a booth doing all sorts of combat dialogue, including, you know.
Being frozen, being electrocuted, being drowned, being put on fire.
You gotta run.
Falling from different heights. It's just a lot of screaming, a lot
How do you
of
approach being drowned? Can we hear that?
As Cash?
Yeah.
It's
or
kind of
people
like
gotta play it?
underwater. That's one of the easiest ones. It's easy. You know, that's not as loud. It's the other ones that
I know.
Cash is such a unique Vault Hunter. How did you approach, his backstory, his motivations?
Well, his backstory is really incredible. I know you guys got to get a glimpse of, where he started. Actually, he was he worked at a casino, and he was the dealer at the casino. And so his mindset for chance, it's about life. That's his breath. That's what he does. But I wanted to make sure that I got the accent right. So I just wanted to make sure that we gave everything we could with the character to because if you look at Cash, you would think, oh, he's probably like, I think he sounds like Clint Eastwood or, Outlaw or, and it's like, no. We're going a whole different route because y'all know how it is for Borderlands.
Yeah.
Borderlands goes in a whole different direction. It's like way over the top. So I wanted to make sure that we grounded him, but that he had the voice of a badass. And I personally think that once you guys get a hold of seeing what this character is like, you'll see how many weapons he has.
Yeah, speaking of different direction, obviously he has 2 guns. That's very Borderlands. But his other action skills are throwing out dice to create totems, and then the cards. Tell us about this deck that he wields.
The Kanansi cards. As you saw, he got them from Moncubus when he was at the table. Those cards wield a power that can do several different things. Many powers. As he wields them. And as you can see, he can throw them, he can manipulate them out of the air, he can use them to destroy, and he can use them to, I'd say, protect himself.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that stand. He protects himself with his cards.
And for you, what is the most exciting or interesting part about coming into the Borderlands universe as a Vault Hunter?
First of all, I didn't realize that there are this many fans for Borderlands. So this is like, and on a real tip, when we were walking to the get in here and I saw the line, and I didn't know, because I was like, man, I don't know if there's going to be a lot of people. It's Thursday at PAX. And so this is very exciting for me. But that character, to come into Borderlands, and, Borderlands.
Oh, yeah.
It's Borderlands, man. It's like fun. There is nothing about this shooter that is not fun, right? And then when you start listening to the words, you guys write your butts off. First of all, I'm sorry. There are several writers. There are several writers at Borderlands, and all of them put their stuff together, and it all works for all these different characters. I kind of equate it to like the Bible, the Old Testament and the New Testament.
We just smush it together.
It's like, all of a sudden, this whole thing works, and there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. So that's what it's like for Borderlands. So for me, I'm excited about being part of the universe now, because it's like, whoa, not only do I have this character that's just on point and looks good.
He likes to steal clothes.
Oh yeah, you don't even know. I'm about to find that hat somewhere. But I also get the privilege of being able to do the voice with these beautiful lines that are written for this character. And there's another thing that I can't reveal right now. With Cash, you got to remember, he's a robot. So when robots have data, they have different missions. And in some of these different missions, Cash doesn't sound like Cash.
Bum, bum, bum.
Dun, dun, dun. So play the game.
All right.
Look at you take the mic. Take it away. I'm not going to do it.
Last thing for you, John. Memorize as many of these faces as you can as you're walking around PAX. Get up behind them. Give them a little cash.
Oh, that'll jack somebody up. Or take these cards out and, scare the heck out of them. I don't want to do that, man. No, I'm thrilled that you all are here. The cosplayers are awesome, too, weren't they?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Amazing. Yeah, amazing.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
It was
what
our
a treat for us
privilege
here.
to have you. And all right, I'll take that from you.
Come on, Cash.
Cash escort, Cash in the back.
Great meeting y'all. Have fun this weekend. Good.
Amazing.
You know he does the voice of Meathead as well, right?
All right, let's get into the gameplay itself.
I think we should be looking at some gameplay. What do you guys think? Woo! Let's do it. But if we're going to be looking at gameplay, we're absolutely going to need to bring out some of the experts at their craft. So we're going to be bringing out a few of our favorite devs to come out and watch some gameplay and chit-chat about the game with us.
All right, please welcome to the stage Grant Cow, our Associate Creative Director.
Woo!
And Max Davenport, our Associate Art Director. Everybody, let's get a little comfortable. We've been standing
Let's get
for a bit.
cozy.
Grant, you're on like every episode of the Devcast.
I mean, I think I'll be on for a couple more too. So
Yeah. You're my emotional support, I guess. If I don't have Grant,
I am more than happy to come on and talk about the game and all the things we're working on and all the balance changes and end game and all the things that we're doing to help the game out.
We'll get to end game. We know they want to hear about that.
First, what are your roles at Gearbox, and what have you done? What kind of work have you done on Borderlands 4?
I started off with gear and systems, and then eventually kind of migrated to like more of a creative direction role, kind of managing the teams that are working on those things. And then for the post-launch effort, I've been directing the whole thing, kind of leading the vision and establishing how we're going to evolve the game and change it and react to community feedback.
And Max?
Yeah, I'm an associate art director right now, but I started at Gearbox as a concept artist. I worked on some fan favorite characters like Butcher Rose and Flack and a bunch of favorites from BL3 as well. So yeah, now on the art direction team, I was lucky enough to be in charge of first story pack. Very excited.
Yeah, let's start with a brief primer on what Mad Ellie and the Vault of the Damned is. Let's kind of approach it from the storytelling perspective.
Absolutely. We love our cosmic horror. Players will find themselves in the Whispering Glacier. This is a desolate, fractured spot. We're going to get a lot of great callbacks from some of the pre-sequel vibes, some, returning cameos. We've got characters like Mancubus, Ellie. Obviously, it's her story. Moxie's coming back in, fashion, and also Pickle. Pickle's coming back.
There was also a crazed Earl, I think.
Wait, what did you say?
Wait.
Don't you mean crazy?
Don't you mean crazy?
Crazy, yeah.
Okay,
sure.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, we are dumping players into the middle of this kind of super dark mystery with some stakes, and we want people to figure out what's going on up here. So
we're bringing back Mancubus. Why is Mancubus there? What's going on with that?
He, for some reason, is always drawn to the weird corners of the galaxy. Wherever there's dark energy, supernatural things kind of going on, he's just kind of aware of it. So his presence here means that it's significant enough, and they need help figuring out, how to solve it.
So we have it as Mad Ellie in the Vault of the Damned. So we know Ellie's going to be there.
Yeah.
Can you share a little bit about why Ellie may be there?
This is her story. Like we have a lot of marketing and branding and Mancubus kind of doing this, but as players go through this content, like we're going to see her arc, dealing with some intense emotions of loss and love and trying to uncover, some parts of, her life and relationships that, maybe she, maybe we're a little bit buried.
We, in Borderlands games, we tend to be focused a lot on the physical, right? We're looting, we're shooting, we're meleeing, we're kicking people around. But every now and then we get to sort of play around with a little bit more of the psychology of an experience. So I think of Claptastic Voyage, I think of I'm gonna try my best to not go blue on here. Fuster Cluck. Yes, I did it. Yes, I was worried about that. So in Mad Ellie, we're going to have a little bit more of that sort of horror psychological experience. So can you give us a little bit more about that?
We have introduced some new visual storytelling elements that we're hoping players can maybe understand they're not always going to be able to trust what they see. Going through the world, it's obviously going to be, this dark supernatural place, but pay attention to the details, pay attention to the corners, because we're going to have strange stuff happening all over the place.
And we've teased a bunch that this is going to connect in many ways to pre-sequel. Can we make kind of reveal some of that? Can we like dive into a couple of those elements? We don't want to spoil everything.
Yeah, no, we definitely want to make sure people can get in there and dig into it for themselves. But the community's already been very active. A lot of our initial visuals, they've kind of figured out that the Monument of Ellisir that you see at the end of pre-sequel is involved with the core story this time around. We've got some core landmarks. We've got crashed doll ships from the Lost Legion. We've got giant facilities that have been again crashed to the planet and dismantled as key landmarks and dungeons and different things like that. So really kind of trying to blend this old with the new, making sure that keeping that experience fresh for people who might not have played that content, but also again, if anyone who looks at that, they'd be like, oh yeah.
And amid all that and all the ice, this tundra place you're at, there's a lot of blood. A lot of weird stuff going on.
It's so goopy.
It is the most gross piece of content we've ever delivered. And I say that lovingly as somebody who loves, disgusting monster horror. It's gross.
Well, let's show some of this off. Let's show off some of this gory gameplay. Grant, what are we teeing up here?
Well, first you're seeing one of the new legendaries that were shown off in the game. It's a blood flamethrower, essentially.
I love it.
And all of the new gear that we're making for this DLC, it's very thematic to the kind of the mystique, the horror, the cosmic nature of this place. So you're going to see a lot of interesting gear with new effects, new abilities, and new behaviors.
I think in this one, we're getting to see a little bit of the doll Lost Legion.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Doll has kind of undergone a change for the worst. They have been trapped here under the effects of some of this unfortunate, dark energy. You can see a couple of these soldiers, once you kill them, they don't stay dead. So you kind of have to figure out, if they're sitting here, throwing parts of their body at you, just like that, you're going to have to throw some stuff back.
Was that his head that was flying?
That was a head flying at you, yeah.
We also get to shoot their heads back at them.
Yeah.
I think that's a video game first. Yeah. Shooting heads at each other.
So as we're looking at some of this gameplay footage, Grant, people might see some certain types of drops. Can you tell us a little bit about the gear and the loot that we're going to have in this one?
Yeah, we're going to bring back dedicated farming. There's going to be over 10 plus bosses, some static in locations like side mission, main mission bosses, and then some are found in the world through a new thing called Nightmare Rifts. All of these bosses will have loot pools for the farmers to get all the crazy new loot, including we're adding a bunch of new pearls to this DLC, and we've taken feedback from the community, and we're reducing the part count of these pearlescent gear so that when you finally get one, you're getting one of the best versions of the gun possible in the game, with minor changes only to like scope, aesthetics, or like an element that you might want to roll for.
And Max, we just saw something that looked like an egg or some kind of weird brain in a ball that was thrown at a blood clot that you then grappled. What is that all about?
Yeah, so in our new zone, again, this is kind of separated from the rest of Kairos. We wanted to have reasons for players to follow the main linear path, but we have a bunch of secret places, side areas, things that are cordoned off that you need to unlock with these simple puzzles. We've got a lot of interactive world elements, trying to make sure that the verticality in this space makes sense, make sure that it's paced well for the initial run through, and then after you're going through and you're doing all these extra missions, additional content, that it's going to be the same formula that you've got from the main game, but with that added disgusting flair that I'm privy to.
Yeah, and those blood clots, you're going to see those early in the game, but you won't be able to interact with them right away. So it'll give you reason to go back through previously explored zones.
Yep. Early in the main story missions, you'll see those, and you'll figure out what they are and what they do and how to get them.
Yeah. So I'm loving seeing the cache gameplay and the Vault Hunters. We think of them as an entire unit. One of the things I really loved about Borderlands 4 is we finally got to see the Vault Hunters talk to each other as an actual group. So for us, we think about their personalities, how do they work together, what does that sound like in concert together. But I know it's the same for design. When you guys are thinking of the Vault Hunters and what's it like when someone's playing in a whole group, what is that like for design and art and how you bring that together?
Well, first we kind of want to make sure we stay respective of the theme of the story pack, which is that kind of mystery, that kind of intrigue, and that's why Cash the Rogue fits really well with this. And Cash is sort of a blend of chaos and randomness and like typical Borderlands fashion. So, and as you players will watch this gameplay, like cash is constantly in two different states where you're building up fortune when you kill enemies and you use your action skills. But as you build up fortune, you can gain buffs and change the way you play. Cash can become really, really good in all types of damage, whether it's splash damage, kinetic damage, fire damage, different elements. So there's many ways to manipulate cash, and that's sort of that like dice roll kind of feeling when you go through and use his abilities.
And right now he's using his action skill, sleight of hand. And you're seeing every once in a while he's bringing out the cards and throwing them out, and they're different colored. Can you explain why they're those colors?
Yeah, they're different colors because they're different effects. One is fire damage, and the other one's kinetic, and it can be morphed into different types of damage too. And then the player ever chooses to use the totems, they also benefit from a kind of state manipulation where different passives can manipulate your ability to gain windfall stacks quickly or to gain fortune stacks quickly. So you can manipulate both states and kind of command the whole battlefield.
I know when we were looking at like early tests, the art side of like making sure those emissives when his hands came up and keep it like nice and sparkly and like very visually interesting. And like Max, tell us a little bit about like the art behind Cash and like where your team was thinking.
Sure. I mean, any character that we develop, especially a player character or a Vault Hunter, we want to make sure that they stand out first person, third person from the existing roster in that current game all the way back. You know, any character we develop, you know, we want to focus on iconic themes, making sure that we are doing something different, blending that juxtaposition of different elements, and also, you know, we have so much going on in this screen. We understand, you know, just the effects bursts, everything that happens there. All of these key action skills and abilities need to have a clear read. They need to be very identifiable, and they need to have great feedback to make sure that, you know, players know exactly what's going on when they're doing damage.
We're talking over this first boss fight here.
Yeah.
Which is very cool, by the way. This is an awesome encounter. I can't wait to see people play this. Grant, what are we doing with bosses this time?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, we have over 10 different bosses. Some are main missions, some are side mission ones. They are refarmable, they are replayable, and we're also hiding some bosses in the Nightmare Rifts for players that have to go discover.
So I'm just very distracted by this gameplay, guys. I'm like, where's the blood gun? Let's bring it back.
Well, I think we got the head rocket launcher right now. He's using that.
Yeah.
Max, this was like you were the art director on this DLC, so you were making a lot of these like visual decisions and the feel of it. What is like something like for you that you want to make sure people know about it, that you really want to share about like this amazing work that you and your team did?
So first off, can we give an amazing shout out to the Gearbox team and all our partners that helped develop this? Like, they did an incredible job. They worked so hard, so many late nights. You know, it was just a really thrilling experience. I know everybody's super proud of it. You know, coming in here, you know, again, I am a movie monster buff. I definitely love some of the classics, but, you know, leaning into classic horror, leaning into not only what makes Borderlands super fun with the dark humor, we definitely try and balance, you know, what those themes give us for this. You know, I think that idea of mystery here, visually, we have whole areas that are separated off that you need to kind of find and explore. You know, we're talking about these cordoned off areas, but you know, we also introduced a little thing here. We have areas of underwater swimming now. So
everybody thank Jeff Coate.
Yeah.
Everybody thank Josh
Jeff
Coate for underwater swimming. He was the creative director on this one.
Swimming is more than just, you know, a general war mechanic. We have secrets hidden in little tide pools. There are whole areas that you can kind of circle back to. So, like I said, pay attention, get familiar with the map, figure out where you need to go, and then it might lead you somewhere fun.
And that was just a small slice of gameplay. Again, it's coming out 4 p.m. Eastern time. Right
today.
after this panel concludes. It'll be out in the wild for everybody to experience. Grant, your team is working on a ton of additional content, though, that's coming in the months ahead. Like, there's a lot on the way that we're playtesting and all that.
Yeah,
Tease some of that for us?
Yeah, so while Max and his team were cooking on this story pack, we've been really working on the end game and trying to progress the kind of journey of the player through the whole game. As you saw with that video, players were gaining 10 levels in this DLC. The 10 levels are going to be for everybody, all Vault Hunters, once this DLC comes out. And then Once that sort of shakes up with the meta a little bit, with everybody being able to put 10 more passive points in their skill tree, we're going to look at adjusting some of the things with first the kind of minion builds, the Vex's Trouble, Amon's Forge Axes. All of those builds are going to be kind of increased or adjusted to become more viable and more readily usable. And then content-wise, the next two drops are going to be free drops for the player. They're going to be the Raid 2, the second invincible boss, and that's going to be a monster fight. The first raid boss had like a platinum time of around a minute and a half. This one has a platinum time of closer to 4 minutes, which indicates how much depth that this boss fight has and how much we're asking the players to do. There's going to be no like falling to your death stuff. Like we're taking all of that stuff out. It's going to be you versus the boss, and so it's a direct fight with no like bullshit one-off death mechanics. And then immediately following that, we're releasing the takedown.
Yes.
And the takedown will have players going into an underwater facility. I can't say more, or I might get.
We're live. You can't.
Yeah.
Dan can't stop us, Grant.
We're going to an underwater facility. We're finding some cool shit, and we're going to be introducing new ways to play. So stay tuned.
Yeah, the scale of it. I was playtesting it the other day. The scale of it is really impressive.
Yeah.
It's really neat.
Yeah, and like we've done with every single content, there's going to be new loot. There's going to be new ways to play the game. And in addition to just the content, the world of Kairos is changing. That's sort of been the theme of the first year, is really like the Order Knight is a strong element on Kairos, and it's really changing the world of Kairos. We introduced that with the Pearls and Bounty Pack 2, and now we sort of have this mystery and intrigue in the Whispering Glacier. And then going forward, we're going to have more changes in the world, and the Order Knight will corrupt more parts of the world, and there will be new things for players to kind of go find.
Go on. No. You know what? I think we can, April, what do you think?
I think if we're going to make this a real Devcast, we've got to ask some community questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, I'm not looking at hedgehog videos. I'm literally going, there's a nice man named Will behind the stage, and he is curating your questions. So we're going to see. Maybe I am just looking at hedgehog videos. Okay. Ooh. Let me see. Okay, let's go with this. You want to ask that one?
Which one? Number 2?
Number 2. Yeah, you take number 2. Well, you ask it, and we'll see which one.
That's not a sentence.
Oh my God! Fine. Now here we go. Can we expect any big surprises in DLC? So in our story pack, in our Vault of the Mad Ellie and Vault of the Damned. I feel like we've already told them enough.
There's a
I'm worried we're going to spoil it. You don't want spoilers, right? Yes. Come find me afterwards. Okay.
Okay. So will Cash have his own lines and reactions like every other character?
Oh, I can take that one. He does. So whenever we bring in a new Vault Hunter, they are going to have the full depth and breadth of the experience. So if you were to I want to play Cash through everything, you can start the game, play Grasslands, play all that stuff, and have a new experience with Cash. His reactions will be different to the missions. You'll see maybe what his augur name might be. So there's a lot of different content there that you can hear with Cash. So yes. How many different possibilities does Cash have for each tree, and will you be adding more?
Oh. So this is a good one. So Cash's tree has so many possibilities because Cash does not have a capstone in his skill trees. So he has a multitude of augments, and Cash has the ability to grow the amount of augments that the Cash can slot in. So as you kind of go deeper into the tree of Cash, you're able to start really min-maxing the number of possibilities with what you want to play with, what stats you want to manipulate, because Cash can, through the kind of chaos RNG system of what the nature of the character, he's able to kind of manipulate certain damage types, whether it's splash damage, connect damage, or elemental damage, to kind of go above and beyond the normal balance levels, and that's sort of like a pro and a con of this character, because he can really go high into one or really low into another, and he can manipulate that with his state manipulation and his action skills.
This one's for you as well, Grant. I think, well, actually, both.
It'll be both of them, yeah.
What does the legendary unique gear creation process look like? Does it start with the art team or the weapons team?
Well, for the very, very beginning, it starts with both. Like when we design a legendary piece of gear, we look at art for aesthetics, for
What the core fantasy.
Yeah, the core fantasy, how they can provide some of that stuff. So as cool as the gun can be, some of that really falls onto the projectile look, the visuals of the gun, and even the audio, not just art and design. Even audio helps bring it to life. So it really starts there as a collaborative effort. And then it kind of goes into really the design of what we're trying to offer in terms of a player fantasy. If it's something that we want to use with Torg or Jacobs to kind of min-max like a crit behavior, or we want to do a gyrojet explosive behavior, we really kind of think about, okay, how do we want to manipulate those things? And then we look at what's already out there and how we can fill in niche roles in terms of like what a gun can do and how it can offer new builds. Because at the core of all of these things is really like, how can we maximize build variety for all the characters?
How did you pitch the blood flamethrower? Or the blood thrower, I guess you should call
I mean, that was probably the easiest legendary to pitch, considering all the things that, like, when you run through this new world, this new area, it is insane the amount of gore you will encounter. Like, it was the easiest thing. It was like, should we make a bloody gun? Yes. What should it do? It should gush blood.
Yeah. I remember, like, Josh Jeffcoat, who was the creative director on this, and we've all been in tons of meetings with him. One of my favorite things, like a through line over the years of working with him, is every game we've made, there's a moment where he goes, "That's disgusting. I love it." Like, every single time. So this one is like, you guys ramped up the gore, and like just the tearing off of the arms is so great.
Yeah.
I'm a normal person.
I'll give another one out too. We have one that's one of the coolest legendaries we've ever made, and it's very thematic to the kind of like spectral nature of things and the occult and all that. And it's a pistol where you're firing it and it creates a copy of itself, like a ghost version of itself. So as you're moving and you're strafing, you're leaving behind these like clones of the pistol, and it's firing at everything you're looking at. So like as you're turning and you're reselecting targets, you're leaving behind these like spectral phantom pistols, and it could roll a Torg explosive. So like you're just shooting like tens of rockets in a single direction.
I believe that makes the numbers go up.
Yeah, it's one of, and you know, we've got kind of like going back to the question, we have art and audio all kind of on this, so it really looks like you're summoning phantoms.
Our audio team is, I'm sorry, like the best in the world. Like when you see the behind the scenes, like there's a grenade launcher thing, and when you see how they made that sound, it's shaking a spice rack.
Yeah.
It was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. They're incredible. Okay, what else we got?
Does Ellie fight with you?
Ooh.
She does. You know, like we said before, this is her story. On that journey, she's joining you on main missions. She's oftentimes leaping into the fray before you even have time to think about it. She's got some awesome attacks. Just kind of getting in there and slamming opponents down into the dirt. It's awesome. It's great.
I love Ellie so much. Let's see. Okay, we know the bosses are replayable. We've answered that one. Man, they really want to bother you about endgame, Grant. Like they want to go so bad. Okay, fine. What else can you tell us about your plans for endgame?
Well, I mean, so to reiterate what I was saying earlier, there's going to be 10 new levels. Your power is going to increase dramatically as you kind of min-max your character into the new builds. That's going to lead to us shaking up some of the meta, and we're going to offer new ways to play in terms of like what builds we're going to maximize, or what builds that we're going to adjust. And then you're going to hit the next, immediately after this DLC is the Raid 2 Invincible boss. That boss is going to hit you hard, and it's also going to increase the UVH level. So endgame players that are really into that like deep kind of min-max number progression, you're gonna be able to play and have a good time there. And I must say, like, even if you aren't one of those players, you're going to have a good time in this too. It's fun. All of our content scales in difficulty, and we make sure that everybody can play it, whether you're a core player or you're just someone just jumping in for the first time. And we wanted to make sure that this Invincible boss, didn't have any kind of ridiculously tough movement challenges that like the first one had with the whole grappling, gliding, and falling to your death. So Shout out to someone out there. And then going forward with the takedown, we took in a lot of feedback. We had a lot of feedback from BL3. We have a lot of feedback from the community who want what an end game experience really looks like. But again, Borderlands is a game for all players, so we're going to have different ways to play, and I'll just kind of leave it at that. And we're definitely going to challenge the player. And there's going to be new things in this game content that I think people will be excited about, and it'll kind of be a basis of like how we want to take the challenge and shift some of that from like, hey, we're just killing a boss over and over and over. We're shifting some of that challenge back into the whole experience. And that experience will be something that I think players will really look forward to.
Okay, so we have one here. Is this update a decent spot for someone who's never played before to hop in?
Absolutely. Yeah, you can hop into the DLC immediately with a level 13 character. It'll drop you straight in, give you kind of some decent progression into the main story if you want to hop back and forth between that. But also, it should give you just an immediate jump off, with the same kind of training and different things we've had from the main game as well.
Yeah, and I'll reiterate, Cash is a new character. Like, you can play the main Borderlands 4 game with Cash all the way through, and he has all of new dialogue, new moments, new story moments. And John was teasing some other things. Yeah,
with the shared progression also, it makes it easier. If you've got a couple level 60 character or level 50 characters, and up to 60 now, but you don't have to spend all that other time, farming and getting your SDUs and things back. So,
you want to do the dual wielding? This one?
Go for it.
All right. I watched the trailer and saw Cash dual wielding. Can he dual wield more than pistols?
You want to start with that?
Yeah, currently in Cash's skill tree, there are options for pistols or some handheld shotguns. Grant, do you want to talk about just the buffs and bonuses and things that kind of tie into that?
Yeah. So to be clear, the action skill doesn't take a weapon and make you dual wield, and all of a sudden you're in a dual wield state and using any weapon in the game. You're using Cash's kit, and Cash's kit is manipulated largely in the passive tree. So while you are in a new kind of state of function, you're really changing it all through the passive trees and manipulating the Vault Hunter trait with the fortune and windfall stacks.
And Max, I have a two-part question for you in terms of art. Can you talk us through the art design process for Cash and then the changes made to Ellie for the story pack?
Sure. I think Cash was developed by our internal concept team. Liza did an amazing job on the final concept. Shout out to Adam as well for directing that too. Again, like we said, a lot of our visuals, we want to make sure characters are iconic. We want to make sure that they, subvert expectations. We're not just, going with any kind of plain, boring, designs there. So this idea of Cash as a collector of artifacts, you'll notice all these bones and different kind of parts and pieces. Like, again, he is always searching for this kind of new way to gain an advantage, whether it's in the game or whether it's in combat or through his adventures. And then for Ellie, she just gets kind of, unfortunately, dropped into this space, with people who've played, the main story, kind of figure out what happens to Sanctuary 3, the wreckage of that. Spoilers.
There's your spoiler. I gotcha.
Okay. She has to survive on her own in this area. So she's got some bones and pieces there. She's got her climbing kit, all this kind of stuff. She's always been a self-reliant character. She's always been very headstrong. So she doesn't need permission. She doesn't need help. But we're here to help her anyway.
All right, what was the second part?
That was.
Oh, that was.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
Cash and Ellie.
Hey, is Cash the tallest one?
No. I think if we made a character taller than Amon, our level design team would murder us.
Yeah.
So
they all have to be able to fit through a door. That is.
Cash is very tall though. I think currently our second tallest.
Nice. All right. Well, let's see. We'll take one more. I'm trying to. Let's see.
As you're finding one, I noticed we're in the speakeasy here behind us. Mancubus has just been lurking behind us.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take one more and then we'll wrap it up. We'll see. Are we going to get any more customizations for our heads and bodies?
For this pack, we have a couple of shared heads, a lot of new materials and different skins that we've got for gear, vehicles. For our Echo, we have a brand new frame for Echo, which I think is my favorite so far. It's a little gross alien kind of mechanical ship thing. But then, Cash has, again, his own set of cosmetics that match every other Vault Hunter as we're kind of going through, so you can expect all that and more.
Hey, well, thanks, guys. We're gonna wrap it up. I want to thank you guys so much for coming and answering with us today.
Yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks again for tuning in online, and then for all of you joining us today.
This episode of Devcast will be available sometime next week on all the places where you get your podcasts, so your iHeartRadios, your Apple, and such. So we just want to thank you so much for all the effort you took to be here and to support us here at Gearbox and our lovely Borderlands 4.
That was amazing.
No, Dan, I'm not leaving. Fine.
No, and I will say, there were literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments and questions that came in. There is one that you missed that I hope you don't mind if I read.
Okay.
You all know Anthony Nicholson. He's been on stage at PAX before.
Yes, we love Anthony.
Nicholson is senior project producer at Gearbox on Borderlands 4, and he sent in the message, I want to let you all know that I'm extremely proud of these directors and the whole team for all the amazing work. I love y'all.
Yes.
So, thank you. And Anthony, we love you too, and we see you. Thank you, guys. Let's give a round of applause for everybody who came out on stage today. All right. So if you join late, just a reminder, the print with the timekeeper and 100% of the profits are going to Stack Up is available now, so go ahead and purchase that. If you want more Risk of Rain information, be sure to tune into Triple I next month. And if you are here in the hall, be sure to get a free poster on your way out and come see us at the meet and greet, and we'd be happy to sign it for you all. All right, have a great PAX East, everybody. Thanks for coming.